And Christina.
We're here to do another cooking demonstration for you today. Today our theme is going to be Asian. So we are going to do egg rolls, what's it, ginger orange stir fry?
Yes, orange ginger stir fry.
And
3 sushi rolls.
3 sushi rolls, yes. And as always, all of our recipes are going to be really versatile. You don't have to use the exact ingredients that we use today. You can use whatever vegetables you have in your refrigerator and kind of play around with the flavors and do what you like. So let's go ahead and get started. We made it easy on ourselves, and we didn't realize that was open. we bought the pre-shredded cabbage rather than getting a head of cabbage and chopping it. So we're just going to pour this into our pan. As usual, you do not need any oil or anything. It will not stick as long as you have a high quality pan and you're not just burning it.
Also, I like to use the pre-chopped cabbage just because I always waste a whole head of cabbage. Which, I mean, I guess price-wise, if you're looking at it, it goes either way. So it's totally up to you. I just know that I don't typically use cabbage more than once a week if I do, have a recipe for it.
And so the vegetable egg rolls we're doing, we're just going to use mainly cabbage. We're going to throw in some leftover things from our stir fry and from our sushi rolls. But the cabbage is really going to be the bulk of it. You can use mushrooms, you can use asparagus, you can use broccoli, whatever you want. Just chop it up fine and stick it in here. We are going to add some ginger.
This is another really cool item. I know when I've gone to buy ginger, again, it gets wasted a lot. So one of our other coworkers here at Lifestyle Medicine Center, Stacy, told us about in the frozen section at HEB, you can actually get these little pre-made pouches of ginger, and super
We
helpful.
let ours thaw, so it's not popping out as easily as it should, but normally it's just like a frozen cube, like an ice cube. There we go. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of garlic and soy sauce. With soy sauce, you really want to watch the sodium content. I suggest using coconut aminos because it's a little bit more friendly with the sodium. This is a less sodium, but it still has a lot. So just be mindful of that. I don't measure, so I'm just going to sprinkle this on and we'll see if we need any more. It's not hot enough. I don't know how to work it. Okay. And then I've got some garlic powder here. Oh, there's no top on that.
That'd be good.
And then, can you hand me the sesame seeds? And I like a little bit of spice, so I'm going to add some red pepper. Just going to sprinkle a little bit of that in there.
There you go.
Thank you. And we'll do some onion powder. You can chop up some yellow onions and put it in here, some green onions. And I'm going to throw in some sesame seeds. A lot of these recipes call for sesame oil. And we don't really want to add the added fat, so we're just going to do some of the seeds. You're still going to get some of the flavor for less calories and less fat. So we are just going to let that cook up. And I think we can go ahead and get started assembling our sushi. You want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
While she's working on some of it, I am going to just soften up the asparagus and the mushrooms a little bit.
We went ahead and pre-chopped everything. We also went ahead and prepped our rice for the stir fry and for inside the sushi rolls. So we're just gonna we'll set this here. And this is our air fryer that we'll use here in a little bit. You guys can see us do that as well. Okay, so we are sauteing our mushrooms and our asparagus for the sushi rolls. But as that's sauteing, we're going to go ahead and prepare the rice for the sushi rolls. So we're going to take, we've already cooked our brown rice. We're gonna take, it calls for 2 cups, but we're not gonna make as much, so we're gonna do about a cup. Which,
Go ahead and do 2. Okay. I'm gonna make 4. Since that bowl's bigger.
do we think that's about 2? I bet that's probably 2. Yeah. Okay, and then we are gonna take our mirin, and then also some rice vinegar. So we need 2
And so mirin is just a sweetened rice wine. So if you're looking for that at the store, most of the time it's in with your Asian section and stuff. And then the rice vinegar is sometimes with the vinegar and sometimes with Asian stuff. It just depends on the store.
Tablespoon and 2. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of the mirin and 1 tablespoon of the rice vinegar.
Here, you want me to take that off?
Yeah, maybe. I thought it would. Yeah.
Oh!
Good gravy. We've been smelling like vinegar for days. Okay. So now we're just gonna mix this around, and then also it calls for sesame seeds, a 1/4 cup of sesame seeds, which is quite a bit. And we're just gonna mix that around, get the rice kind of sticky for us. And you do want to have your rice prepped before, because you don't want it steaming hot, because that will actually tear your nori wraps. All right.
Okay, we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, so we're gonna start assembling the sushi. It's nice to get a little bowl of water for your hands, just because the rice gets really sticky and it makes it easier to work. So I have my little bamboo mat here, laid out with the pieces of bamboo horizontal. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a piece of nori.
The first roll we're gonna make is the plain Jane. So it's gonna be similar to kind of a take on a California roll.
I thought I turned that burner off, but it still sounds kind of hot. So be really careful not to break your nori sheets whenever you're taking them out. Okay, there we go. So you're gonna put that down and then have a spoon. No. Okay, I'm just gonna put my rice down. It's easier if you have like a small measuring cup or a big spoon or something. Should I get this? Nope, not much better. Sorry, we're doing our demo kitchen and we're not in our normal kitchens, so we're just kind of improvising with what we have. So you just want to layer the rice down, not too thick, on the upper, about 3/4 of your sushi, or your nori. Just spread that around. And you want to make sure that you leave the end open. And so the thicker you put it, just the bigger your roll is going to be. Okay, so then, tell me what all I need.
So plain Jane, we're gonna do some carrots.
Okay, so you just want to line this starting about, what is that, 1 inch in. Just concentrate it
And then we want
like
cucumber.
this. Just kind of pile it. You don't want to go too far out because then that makes it harder to roll.
Some green onion. And I believe avocado.
Okay. Okay, so then you're gonna take your bamboo roller. I like to put my hand here, and this is kind of like where it helps to get your hand wet. You're gonna hold that in, and then you're gonna fold over. And then you're gonna get that, and you're gonna make sure it's nice and sealed. So you're gonna press it really tight. You're gonna pull that out, and then roll it again. And then put some water right here so that you can seal it. Make sure you're squeezing nice and tight. And then there you go. There is your sushi roll. This one is actually not rolled very tight, but we're gonna let this sit here and we'll cut them in a minute. Whenever you go to cut them, you wanna make sure that you have a very sharp knife. This is not in the seal. And if it's not sealing, you can add a little bit more water and try to create a seal. And I'm gonna put the seam down on the plate. Okay.
So we'll cut that in a minute. We'll go ahead and do our second roll, which is gonna be our Asian dream roll.
I'm just gonna do it like this.
There you go.
Part of the reason why that wasn't sticking and holding quite as well is because this brown rice is quite a bit drier than a sushi rice. A sushi rice is typically really sticky, and so it helps everything hold in a little bit more. All right, so what are we doing in this one?
So this one we are gonna use our mushrooms.
And our asparagus?
No, just the mushrooms.
Okay. Let's pick some of those out.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna use the mushrooms, some pickled ginger,
Okay.
and green onion.
And you can play around with these and do whatever. You don't have to do what we're doing. So green onion and some pickled ginger. Okay. Let's see if we can get this one any tighter. I'm sure an expert sushi roller would cringe at what I'm doing, but this is just how I've taught myself in my kitchen. All right, there we go. There's our next roll.
Okay, so we'll set that here. And our last roll is going to be our asparagus roll.
Okay. Got rice everywhere.
It's okay.
All right, what's in this one?
Okay, so we're gonna do the asparagus.
We'll have a little bit of mushroom in there too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The avocado, carrots, and green onion. This is gonna be a good size roll.
And then if you want to get fancy, you can roll these differently and have the rice on the outside. Whenever you do that, you just want to put saran wrap down so that you can roll it the opposite way. I'm just going to scoop this stuff off right there. It kind of came out of that first roll. Okay.
Okay, and there's our third one, and we will cut those up
One's really loose.
in just a minute. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. All right, let's try that. So it's important not to overfill it, because what happened was that first roll, we didn't completely seal it, and so it was coming out, and so that's what kind of makes it to not be quite as tight. Okay.
That looks better.
No. Well, that's okay.
We'll make it work. Okay.
Okay, we'll clean this up and then we will get started on our egg rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we have rolled our sushi, our cabbage mixture is done, and we are going to roll our egg rolls. Oh, let me just show you what the package of egg roll skins look like. I already opened it, so it's a little, the package is messed up. But you can find these usually by the tofu in the produce section. I know that's where they're at H-E-B. Okay, so you want to start by putting this down at an angle. And then you are going to grab a little bit of your mixture and you are going to stick it right here. We'll grab a little bit more. You don't need a lot, because if you overfill it, then it's going to be more difficult to roll. So the trick to this, wet my hands a little bit. So you are going to take this flap and you're going to tuck it right here, and you're going to press down and make a seal. And then you're going to take this flap and then tuck it in. Take this flap, tuck it in. I like to put some water at the end. And then you roll it. There's your little egg roll. I'll show you how to do another one of those. Sorry, they're kind of stuck together. Okay, so add an angle, take some of your mixture, put it in there. Take your flap, pull it over, push it down to seal it. Take your flap, pull it over, take your flap, pull it over, a little bit more, and we roll it. And we'll do one last one. And we are going to put these in the air fryer. I don't have any set amount of time. I just do it until they look crispy. I think my air fryer only goes up to 375, so that's usually what I put it on. And then I do it for like 10 minutes or so. And if they're not as golden as I would like, then I just add a couple more minutes. Just watch them.
I'm gonna also get our tofu ready for our stir fry, because we are actually gonna throw that in the air fryer as well.
Here we go.
So we went ahead and pressed quite a bit of the liquid out of our tofu. You just want to take mounds of paper towels and something heavy on it, and that will try to get most of that moisture out of there. So I'm just going to chop it into chunks. And we're not going to season it with anything prior, because we're going to throw it in with the orange ginger stir fry mix, so that should give it plenty of flavor. Let's see here. It's really easy to cut. We probably could have even gotten it a little bit drier, but since it's going in the air fryer, it's not gonna make a difference. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get with this, start the stir fry. We've got the egg rolls in the air fryer. We went ahead and air fried our tofu. We didn't add anything to the tofu, we just chopped it up, threw it in the air fryer, and then we'll add it to our stir fry. So let me go ahead, I've got our pan nice and hot, so this is gonna sizzle a little bit. And then we've got 3 tablespoons of orange juice, not 2 tablespoons, 2 pieces of ginger that we have minced up, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and a tablespoon of maple syrup that I mixed all together. Will you hand me that spatula? Let this get a little bit hot real quick. And then we will also put our ginger in there, and then we'll get our veggies and everything in there. Super easy. Maybe.
Sorry, that's gonna be hard.
We have a knife.
It's all
melted.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll probably add some more soy sauce once we get our veggies going in there. So we just went ahead and bought the stir fry mix from H-E-B. It's got your broccoli, carrots, split peas, or snap peas, I'm sorry. So we're just gonna toss that in here.
And if you don't have fresh on hand, you can always use frozen.
We'll let these kind of cook for a little bit.
Do you want to go ahead and throw this stuff in?
Yeah, we can. So we're just gonna use the leftover asparagus and our peppers and our mushrooms from our, oops.
I'm just
Our
gonna give
sushi
these
rolls.
mushrooms a rough chop really quick. There we go.
Alright. This is when one of those big old woks come in handy. But we will make do. We want to soften our vegetables a little bit, and then we'll toss in our tofu. I'm going to go ahead and add some more soy sauce. Oops. Just making a mess.
This is a great way to use up all of the vegetables in your refrigerator if it's about time to go shopping and they're getting to the end of the road.
Yep.
I just toss up everything and throw it into the pan.
I was gonna say you could have even added onion in here. I typically, when I do stir fries, I'll have some onion chopped up. But okay, we've got our veggies nice and sauteed. So we're gonna add our tofu. And just stir that around. That doesn't need to cook for long. You're just really throwing that in to coat it with the sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my burner off. Mix that around. And we'll put a little bit on here. And there's our stir fry. So Jill, I think, is getting our egg rolls out.
Okay, so we've got just a few of these cooked up. The other ones are finishing up. But there is everything. We've got our sushi roll, our orange ginger stir fry, and our vegetable egg rolls.
And we will post the recipes underneath the video, and if you have any questions, let us know.
As always, you can call 221-LIFE if you're interested in any of our programs or if you have any questions.
Have a great evening.
Bye.